Hi, and welcome to day 2 of week 1. As you can see, we're back in Schoology. So we got there from our Google Classroom, Schoology Access Point. We clicked on that and logged into Schoology and clicked on our course, okay, whichever tile you happen to be. We are accessing this week 1, because we are on day 2, which is January 8th. Clicking on that. It is a Friday, so it is a blue folder. We're going to click on that day 2 folder. We have the same items as we did before. We have instructions, we have the STEAM contract, and we have the attendance piece. So we're going to go ahead and click right on instructions, our first item. There will be the video posted if you miss class or need something repeated, or if there was no live class or you just need things slowed down again. What you're going to do first is you're going to click Edit and view the STEAM Policies Contract. Once we finish viewing that, you're going to type your name and your date on the lines at the end of the contract, saying that you agree to the policies and that you have read them. And this serves as a contract for later in class, that if you say, well, I never learned that, that you've signed off on these policies. And then you're going to click Submit in Schoology so that you submit the assignment for 20 points. And then you're going to do the attendance check. So I'm going to go to the Day 2 folder by clicking the blue Day 2 link. Back into the folder, I'm going to view the contract. It is an assignment, you can see, so it opens like an assignment. I'm going to go to My Documents. I'm going to click Edit like the instructions said right here in the right-hand corner in blue. And that will open up my document. So it opens up in a new window, so I can still click back to the tab where the document was, and I can click to the other tab where it is opened in Google Slides. So this is where I'm going to edit and mark on the document when it loads. So we have the contract. Slide 2 is going to talk to you all about STEAM class and introduces me, Miss Watts, talks to you about that I've been teaching STEAM and coding for 5 years. I have been teaching in general for 17 years. I have my master's degree in web design from the University of Florida, go Gators, and I have 3 children and love to hike. The second tab asks you, what is STEAM? Well, STEAM is a combination of science, technology, engineering, art, and math. It's designed to make students problem solve and think at a higher level in an algorithmic way. Virtual STEAM has kind of been scaled down since we can't do robotics, 3D printing, and web design. It's been scaled down to help you become more familiar with basic computer skills. Help, make sure you ask early and often, either out loud in Zoom, after Zoom, via email, or Go Guardian chat. Don't wait till you're so far behind and say, now what? Ask as we go. And then it's a big thing to stay on top of your work. Our class is only 25 days. You have all of those 25 days up until the last 2 to make up work. So you have 23 of the days to make up late work and submit it. But you want to make sure that you're not submitting work late because you only get half credit. So you want to make sure you're staying organized, make a list of what you have to do today on a piece of paper or some way to keep yourself scheduled. All graded assignments are in Schoology, so we talked yesterday that there will be no work in Google Classroom. Google Classroom will only have class materials and resources. Students will be using Schoology to submit all of their work, and it is graded there for their course. And you log into Schoology using the district website and your Schoology Google account. The Schoology folders, I set them up in color-coded order, so each week you will have a colored folder with the week on it. Just like you saw today, the week 1 folder was red. And each week will have the days listed out of the 25 that folder contains. Each week, there will be day folders inside that are color-coded by the day. So Mondays are red, Tuesdays are orange, Wednesdays are yellow, Thursdays are green, and Fridays are blue. And then each day will tell you what the lesson focus is and a description of what is in that folder. Okay. Your gradebook in Schoology. So on the left-hand side of Schoology, you will see the grades tab. All of those items can be made up except for attendance. So when you look at this image over here, you can see like the heart ones that are missing attendance. Those would not be able to be made up. But ones over here under assignments that have missing symbols, any of those that are missing would be able to be made up. And Schoology keeps everything organized by marking missing assignments with a red symbol. And you can see it close up here. And then Ms. Watts can also leave comments for you on the right-hand side of an assignment telling you why you might have lost points. So there were 3 errors and she showed no work. Okay. Common policies for Zoom: be on time. If choosing to have your camera on, please have appropriate space that you're at, dress, and behavior. When on camera, make sure you raise your hand to unmute or type a question in the chat. If you want to ask a question during Zoom, please stick around after Zoom. Oh, if you don't want to ask a question during the Zoom, stick around after and you can talk to me individually then. Next, Zoom, you get 2 points per class period for attending. You get 2 points, 1 point for your display name being your first name and at least your last initial or your whole last name, and then 1 point for showing up. So on a 5-day week, you could earn up to 10 points for Zoom attendance. The daily attendance check quizzes, those are the items with the heart icon. Those are how you're marked present for the state. That needs to be done daily, and it is worth 1 point. You can take it as many times as you want in that day if you spell it wrong or complete the item wrong. But once that day is over, it cannot be made up. It is one of the only things that cannot be turned in late. Late work is accepted up to 2 days prior to the course ending. Work starts at half credit and points are deducted according to the rubric from half credit. You must have a late work form turned in with your assignment to get credit. Those late work forms can be found in either Google Classroom or Schoology under late work form. Gradebook. I utilize the grades feature in Schoology. It is the best place I suggest students look to check their grades. This feature helps you track missing work like we saw in the visual and feedback on your graded work. Help. Email or Go Guardian. Ask for help. I do teach live all day, but try to check my email in between and check for Go Guardian messages throughout the day. If you don't ask during virtual school, I don't know what you need. And recorded lessons. All of my lessons are recorded to YouTube. They are not the Zoom classes, so you don't have to worry about the Zoom being recorded or privacy concerns. I film them at my home just like this after class so that it is just me going through the lesson and no distractions. So if I talk too fast during a class or you need to pause and rewind something you missed, you are able to do that with these videos. And all of these videos are located in the daily folder in Schoology. And that brings us to the end of the policies. So in the 2 text boxes, you are to type your first and last name and the date, which is 1/8/2021. Okay? Type those 2 things in the box. Once you have done that, acknowledging that you have read this contract and these policies and you will adhere to them and recognize them, you click back on your tab for Schoology and you click enter. So I'm going to type in, this is Tucker Watts, and I'm going to type the date. It is 1/8/21. And once I've done that, I'm going to go over to this and click submit. Yes, I am sure. I have the rocket ship of success so that Miss Watts knows. If I accidentally forgot to type in anything, I can unsubmit it and edit it. But the only way Miss Watts sees my edits is if I would unsubmit and resubmit. Otherwise, she gets exactly what I submitted. I can double check on this side that I am submitting the correct document. My name I can see over there. and is in the document, so I know she's gotten it. I can also go to my STEAM class to double check that she's received it. I click on my grades tab, and I can see what I have submitted and not submitted. So I know I've not submitted anything for the tech survey, neither of the attendances, but I do see there is an icon next to this STEAM contract showing that I've submitted something here and it's waiting to be graded. If it's something that's graded automatically, like the attendance checks by the computer, I'll already see grades here. If it is something I'm waiting on for Miss Watts, I'll see the icon and I'll see the line waiting for the grade. Okay. If you do not see an icon next to anything, that means you've not submitted it. So if you're missing that icon, then that means you're missing that grade or have not submitted that assignment. And if you don't submit it by the due date, you will see then a missing symbol appear. Okay. I hope this tutorial helped understand this lesson. You can also see when due dates are in the computer here as well. So this is one more place to check, did I turn that in by the right time? And these are also links in the gradebook. So if you're like, oh, I didn't do that, you can click on it and it will take you right to the item. It will also show you what day it occurred on. So you can see this happened on day 1. If I want to go back to the day 1 folder, I can simply click on that to see what I was supposed to do for that day. Okay. The last thing you need is the attendance check for where Miss Watts is today. Miss Watts decided to grab a slice of pizza at Alfredo Pizza. It is 2 words today, so 2 blanks, Alfredo and pizza. Okay. Have a great day 2, and I will see you on day 3.